Wrench swingers, what's up? It's Kush the Mechanic. I know it's been a little while, so kind of decided to throw a video together. I put one together, or tried to last week for you guys with that double elevator that I was working on. I tried to do a video of me flying it. It didn't turn out too well. The camera angles were bad. The wind was blowing. You couldn't hear what I was saying. So yeah, it kind of went to the wayside. I'm gonna try it again maybe the next time I get either an elevator or maybe just a regular bucket truck, who knows. So you guys can kind of get a glimpse of some of the things that I do or the fun parts of my day. So yeah, that will be in the future. But right now, I decided to have a little toolbox talk. I know I asked you guys a while back about what should I buy if I buy something else to complement that toolbox. Ultimately, I decided right now not to get anything else. I'll just stick with that cart that I was going to take to work. I basically reloaded it down and it's staying here. But it got the wheels turning. I know I talked to a few of y'all. Cat Local, one in particular. MD Lee, I can't remember who else, but yeah, there was a few of you guys that chimed in on that. So I decided to do a little video about that. So my friend Cat Local he ideally said buy the biggest thing you can afford, which makes sense unless you don't have the space for it. I guess that's thing number one. Sometimes your funds outweigh your space or your surroundings, I guess. So I guess what I'm getting at is if you have a single car garage or you're working out of a shed, like, there's no space for a 50 something odd inch toolbox, 72 inch toolbox, 84 inch toolbox. It's just simply not possible. So basically, if you're gonna buy a box, buy for what you can fit in your space. That's one of the key things to shop for. Don't go buying just massive boxes and you can't even use it when the car's in the garage because you're that limited on space. Because if you have a one car garage and you buy one of those big boxes mine is ridiculous. It has 28 inch drawers and they pull all the way out. So you buy a box like that, you're gonna be moving the car when you need to get in the drawers. So yeah, try to just keep that in mind. Two, if you're, I guess, in the field professionally, buy for what you do or buy for your job, I guess what I'm trying to say. Meaning, if you're a lube tech, don't go buy a Snap-on Epic because you're gonna lose. You're gonna be paying off this ridiculously expensive toolbox that you don't need at that point in time. So if you're a lube tech and right now that's all you're doing, I'm just using a lube tech for an example. Buy something small. If you need a box, get something like that cart, Matco cart. That thing's awesome and it'll probably do everything you need it to do. You can get everything you need in there. Not to say that you might not need it in the future and not to knock a lube tech, but you don't need a massive box right then. If you are an apprentice, don't be like me. So when I started my apprenticeship, my first year, matter of fact, I wasn't even a whole year in. I was like 2 months in. And I went and bought that black Matco that you guys, the first video I ever did was on that toolbox, the retiring of that toolbox. Which, luckily, I stuck around long enough to use it. It worked out well for me. Still a great box, or it was until I got rid of it. I'm sure still whoever has it is serving them well. But yeah, I kind of overstepped my means, I guess. Was making decent money. I get paid very well as a mechanic, and I got paid very well as an apprentice. But yeah, I didn't need to necessarily go out and get that right then. I could have got something smaller just to work up. And the reason I say that is, as a first year apprentice, or as a kid coming out of high school, or even a kid coming out of tech school, I know plenty of people that I went to college with that could not get a job in the field. They wound up doing something else. It's hard because you don't necessarily know that's what you're going to be doing. You buy all this stuff and then something happens. You can't finish your apprenticeship. You decide it's not really what you wanted to do after all, and then you're stuck with this payment that you can do nothing about except pay it. And or get a repo or a voluntary repo or whatever they call them. There's very limited amount of things you can do about it. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you're gonna get a toolbox as a early on tech apprentice, straight out of tech school, whatever, just don't go crazy. Yeah, because that's where I didn't make a mistake. I was buying tools and stuff left and right where I could have just stretched it out. I didn't need everything that I bought right then. But being young, having first experience with tool trucks, actually I guess I was young, I was mid-20s. But yeah, I lost my mind. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Stay within what you can afford. Don't go crazy. You'll get all that stuff. It'll come. Just take your time. That's number 2. Number 3, once again, buy what you can afford. Don't go buying 84-inch Epic, $16,000-$17,000 toolbox. Don't go buying Mr. Big. Don't go buying the Matco Rebel, I think it is now. I forget Cornwell's biggest box or whatever, or best box. Don't go buying these high dollar, super nice toolboxes. They are nice, but the payment's just as nice. So yeah, it might look like just a little bit. Oh, well, I'm paying $40 a week or whatever. It adds up. So buy what you can afford and stick to it. My Snap-on, the Epic, I got a really, really good deal on it, and that's the only reason that I picked it up. I had you guys that are working in shops and stuff, ask your dealer about, I think they have them everywhere, the Rock and Roll Express. That's how I wound up getting my Epic. All in all, I didn't pay half the price for that box, whatever that box is retailed at. So yeah, try to find those deals. Ask your Snap-on dealer about if it's Snap-on. I don't think the other trucks have that kind of service, but the Rock and Roll Express is basically a truck. The guy rides around with toolboxes. That's all he sells. Epics, big toolboxes, Mr. Big. And when he comes through, yeah, when the Snap-on Express comes through, there will be deals made. Trust me, that guy or that truck, they will and deal like nobody's business. So yeah. Also, check your dealer for used boxes. Those guys get trade-ins all the time, and you can get, if you gotta have a big name box, look for used. Ask him what he has. Most of them have storage units. My Snap-on guy has 2 or 3 storage units, and as a matter of fact, I told you my box might have been sold. I don't even think he sold it yet, because the last time I asked him, it was still in the storage unit. So yeah, they probably got stuff sitting around that they're ready to get rid of. They just haven't found the right person for it. So be sure to ask them about used boxes. I think that's about it on the toolboxes. Real quick, Cat Loco, I got a video for you. That little quick clip I shot at work. About that Snap-on screwdriver, the cordless screwdriver. I found the magic smoke. I'll tack it on to the end of this. You will see. Yeah. That was interesting. To the rest of y'all, y'all be good. Have a good evening. Giveaways coming up this weekend, either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not sure what day. I might try to do a live stream depending on what I'm doing. I don't know, but it'll be coming up this weekend. Kyle, I haven't forgot about you. Just been busy, buddy. I'll get it off. I'll get you taken care of as soon as possible. Oh, and I appreciate all the love. I've been hitting the live streams up lately, finally, and I finally realized what I've been missing. You guys are great. I appreciate all the support, man. All right, let me hurry up before my phone cuts off again. Y'all have a good evening. Keep turning them wrenches. Peace. Do y'all see this? Seriously, snap on? I mean, I know it's a screwdriver, but you got a drill setting. So it looks like I burnt up this here cordless screwdriver. So yeah, cat loco, please don't use it to be drilling out rivets. That's a bunch of ridiculousness there. We'll see what the guy has to say tomorrow.